the conversations start here before we die. So if you know, if you have a loved one that's close to you, you can set up like a safety sign. So it's like, okay, when you get to the other side and you make it and you're at peace in heaven, I want you to send me this sign. It could be anything. It could be a number. It could be a song. It could be a phrase. It could be a license plate. It could be whatever you want. The only conditions about this sign is that, obviously, like I said, can't be for personal gain. Second thing is that it's got to be something that, you know, the other side can replicate. So you can't say, oh, I want a butterfly to go by me at 1:00 p.m., right? It's going to be something that can take time and that can replicate. I'm going to give you an example. So when my grandfather was passing away, right, he was so close, and my wife was like, loved him, adored him. And my wife was like, I'm just so upset because when Poppy passes, she's like, you're going to be able to talk to him. You're a medium. And what about me? I want to be able to talk to him. I want to sense him. I want to feel him. So I said to my wife, I said, listen, talk to him about a sign that you want. So every day before he passed, my wife said to him, because their favorite thing was sitting at home when I was on tour and watching Pretty Woman. My grandfather would watch it, oh my God, a million times. And him and Alexa, she would make popcorn and treats, whatever, and they'd sit down and they'd watch Pretty Woman. That was his favorite movie. So my wife said to him, listen, when you pass away, I want to make sure that you know this sign. Our sign together is Pretty Woman. That's going to be our sign from me to you. When you get to the other side, you do this. And my grandfather said to her, when I make it to heaven, I will send you this sign. I will send you something with Pretty Woman so that you know that I'm there. So they said, okay. So
And your wife became a prostitute?
No, she did not. No, she did not.
Sorry. Pretty Woman, isn't that the
No, I know. But then,
I don't know. Okay, you tell me. Where is this going?
Lo and behold,
all right. You know what?
it's on Netflix.
No. That's what they watched actually on Netflix. But no, it was I think so anyway. But no, anyway, long story short, what ended up happening is that my wife was like, how am I going to get the sign? Like, what sign could it possibly be? Well, we have in our house, I don't know if you're familiar with it, Sonos. Where like we have
heard of it. It's that technology where you can hear music wherever you go.
Exactly. Yeah. So we have Sonos on, right? And we have like the top hits, like, you know, all of like the you know, my wife listens to all like the you know, the new music and whatnot. So
stuff the kids are listening to.
The stuff the kids are listening to, yeah. Because my wife's, you know, a little younger than me. I'm 33. She's 26. So
right.
At the time she was younger. So anyway, the what's it called? She's listening to all the pop hits on the radio. Yeah. And we're getting ready for his funeral, and we're making the bed, and then all of a sudden the song Pretty Woman came on. And
Roy Orbison.
What?
Pretty Woman.
Yes.
Walking down the street. Yeah.
And right away we were like stopped, because we're like, wait a minute, this is not on the list. Like, this is like the hit list of, like, you know, the 21st century. This is not like the oldie station. And we looked at each other, and my wife started to cry, and immediately she knew, because it was on the day that we were laying him to rest. That song came on. It's never come on in the house, and we're like, what the hell?
Wow.
And then what was crazy was this. So that was one sign. Second sign is that we were getting married, because my grandfather passed before we'd gotten married, and he really wanted to be there on our wedding day. He was like saying, you know, I want to be there. And we told him, like, you're not going to make it. There's no way you're going to make it to you know.
That's nice.
That's beautiful.
We knew he was listening. Because you know what?
Why get married early? Because
listen.
I get it, because it's probably $200 a plate. And if you wait till after somebody passes,
save $200.
You save $200.
Actually, it was different. My wife was Miss Rhode Island, so she could not get married. She was on the contract to not get married at the time. So we could not, even if we wanted to, and we wouldn't have done it for him anyway, I'm sorry to say, because he was so sick. I gotta be honest. He was sick, right? What are you gonna do? Bring him to a wheelchair on oxygen? Like,
no. Why do you want somebody in a wheelchair at a wedding? That's it.
You ruined the whole vibe.
So it's like, well, listen, I'm being honest, right?
You are.
So we told him, listen. We told him everything. We told him everything we were gonna do, whatever. And he says, I'm gonna be with you on that day. Okay. So anyways, we're planning the wedding, right? Our wedding got held up because of COVID. So then we had to wait like another year or so. Okay, fine. So we're in Palm Beach at the time, and we were like on a little vacation, whatever. And then all of a sudden it came up on our phones that, you know, our local PPAC, which is our local performing arts organization, Pretty Woman was coming for the musical. So Alexa like taps me on my shoulder, and she's like, Matt, oh my God, Pretty Woman's coming. We gotta go. She's like, that would be so fun. Like, you know, we gotta do this. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, get the tickets. She goes to get the tickets, and it was on our wedding day that Pretty Woman was coming. There was no other date, just on our wedding day.
There's a sign.
Right away was another sign that he was going to be with us, and right away she started
Or
crying.
pissed that you were.
Ruined the opportunity to go see Pretty Woman.
She's going, fuck your wedding.
Yeah.
You didn't want me there, so I'm going to.
Howie's twisting my words. I never said Howie he was not invited to the wedding. No,
No,
I
you
said
just told him he can't go.
I did not. I said you're probably not going to be able to
You're
go
going to
because
die.
of.
I would have you there, but you're going to die.
And to be honest, who wants someone with an oxygen tank and like
the
a wheelchair? It would ruin everything.
I get it. It doesn't. You can't. It's not part of the color.
I'm gonna get so much shit after this. I am gonna get so much. Thank you so much. Like, when did this? I want to know. When did I? Am I on like the podcast? When did this become the roast of me? Like, that's what I want to know.
We're just roasting this moment.